Welcome to an all-new Lay It Omni. Allow me to lay it on you. So I'm sure you've all probably heard that Chris Pratt is getting canceled. It's basically old news at this point. You've probably already heard this from someone or somewhere at this point, but the question is, did you hear it from me? I didn't think so. Which means it still needs to be talked about. I think today is like day 11 or day 12 of me uploading every day for the rest of my life. But you know what? Let's just cut to the chase, okay? Let's just get right into the nitty gritty of it, okay? Let's not even extend this intro further than it needs to be. Chris Pratt, aka famous Hollywood movie and TV actor, aka the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, aka all you had to do was give Spider-Man and Iron Man like 2 more seconds and Thanos wouldn't have killed. Oh my, bro, he's being Twitter canceled. Now, Twitter canceled is different than cancel, okay? In case you didn't know. Canceled is when you pull an oopsie whoopsie, like getting exposed for abusing women, or, you know, you did some evil, heinous things right now and someone just said, hey, I found you, I caught you, you did some evil, heinous things, look what you just did. That's cancel. Or maybe you did some things, but you just hid it for a really long time and then someone found out and they exposed you for it. Twitter canceled is when you get canceled for doing absolutely nothing. Twitter does what I like to call a scheduled routine cancel check. If someone hasn't been canceled in the last 24 hours, well then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cancel someone. Targeted hate must be present at all time, okay? Someone must be around to take the center blame, and there must always be a target that we all bandwagon and hate. This is what I like to call Twitter canceled. With Chris Pratt, it basically all started with this tweet, this one specifically in particular. It's a one has to go. You know, this is a really popular meme format where you put 4 things that are kind of similar or in the same realm or the same subject. You say that one of them has to go and then you just farm Twitter engagements. In this case, it has a bunch of Hollywood actors named Chris who are also white. I mean, that's it. So when I first saw this tweet, I was a bit confused. So like all people who want to know legitimate facts and details behind any issue, I did research by simply looking at the Twitter replies. Oh, and to answer the initial tweet, Chris Pratt still gotta go. I'm not getting rid of Thor, I'm not getting rid of Kirk from Star Trek, and I'm not getting rid of Captain America, okay? Star-Lord must be sacrificed. This guy here says Chris Pratt is a white supremacist, so yeah, he can go. I was really confused about this because if Chris Pratt was a white supremacist, I feel like I would have known this, and I did some research into this and I couldn't quite find anything. Serious question, because I feel like I missed something. Why are 95% of the replies and also most of the retweets Chris Pratt? What'd he do? I don't know about anyone else, but I hate his hypocrisy of playing the nice guy while supporting a homophobic cult. It's one or the other. You don't get to fund my abuse while telling me you want me as a fan. Another person tweeted Pratt. His views are terrible and he supports anti-LGBTQ activist churches. Easy. Anyway, after my years of research, it appears that the TLDR is that Chris Pratt is, number 1, a Trump supporter. Not because he officially came out and said it, but because he, like many other Hollywood actors and stars, have come out in support of Biden, and he was not one of those people. I don't think it's been confirmed that he's a Trump supporter, but I don't think it's been denounced either. It's just been one of those things that if you don't say you're not a Democrat, then you just are a Republican, it appears. And number 2, apparently he's anti-LGBTQ because he goes to a church that has been known to readily denounce the values of the LGBTQ community, aka most Christian and Catholic churches. Now, I'm not going to do research and dig any further past any of this blanket information that I've seen here because, frankly, I just don't care. It's not to say that the issues and the beliefs that surround Chris Pratt aren't important, okay? I simply just do not care about Chris Pratt's existence. Period. I don't care. Frankly, I think there are way too many people who are currently 10 times more problematic than Hollywood Chris Pratt for me to give 2 shits about this conversation. Think about it this way. I only have so much energy to give in a single day. I honestly cannot care about everyone and everything all of the time. It's literally impossible. So unless Chris Pratt is trending because he came out and recently and he slapped a kid in the face on national TV, well, that would actually be incredibly funny. But I don't really have the time or energy to give this dude my energy regardless of his religious beliefs or political views. My biggest gripe right now is the way these things appear, you know? Like, imagine if they didn't use Chris Pratt and this one has to go tweet. Imagine if it was like, I don't know, Chris Tucker or Chris Rock, or whatever, you know, some other Chris. I guarantee you that people will attempt to locate the worst of the Chris's by looking into their past or their history or their religious views or their political views and try to demonize this person. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Twitter does, and this is what Twitter always does. Here's something you probably didn't know. During the whole Black Lives Matter movement that happened during the summer, Twitter tried to cancel Kendrick Lamar. The Kendrick Lamar, okay? The To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick Lamar. Why? Because during the entire earlier part of the movement, he was quiet. You didn't hear about him and he didn't say anything in the public. He was just quiet when it came to social media. And yet this man has made album after album after album talking about the struggles of being black. He has literally been protesting and in support of the Black Lives Matter movement before it was even a movement, okay? Before it was popular and before it was a trend. Meanwhile, you've got every Instagram and celebrity turning their profile picture to black for one day and saying Black Lives Matter, almost like a person coming through a security check-in, you know? But like, newsflash, in case you didn't know, thousands of people and influencers who came out in support of the movement don't actually support it. It was a trend, okay? It was trendy. It was a trendy catchphrase and one that would protect your brand and status as long as you said it. Doesn't mean you have to believe in it intrinsically. But the point is that coming out with that kind of energy during that specific time was, you know, an opportunity. An opportunity I'm glad people chose, but once the trend dies down, there's a chance you won't hear about that subject from those same people ever again, or at least until it becomes trendy again. My point is that Twitter sucks and canceling people is being done all wrong, okay? Look, I'm gonna say it. Canceling is not wrong, okay? There are people in this world that need to be canceled. The whole origin of canceling people, in my opinion, stemmed from the Me Too movement, where we were canceling old rich dudes for abusing women for decades at a time and giving women more courage to speak. That, my friends, is the proper use of canceling. Putting people like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby behind bars and empowering women to have a larger voice is key. Twitter canceling is about giving the mob culture the power to tear down and destroy powerful people. Actually, you don't even have to be popular. You just need to be relevant at this point. Like, and to be frank, if you truly wanted to cancel someone over their views, I assure you, there are people out there that are 10 times more worse than Chris Pratt. You know, like actual problematic people who exist, who are terrible people that actually deserve that hatred and that attention. But because they're not Chris Pratt, or because they're not trending in a tweet, or because they're not specifically relevant and won't give you 1,000 likes for expressing your hate on them in a Twitter thread, the attention won't be focused there. I guess at the end of the day, what annoys me the most about the Chris Pratt situation is people canceling people in order to profit from the situation. Whether it's clout or Twitter likes, whatever it is, to me it feels disingenuous and fabricated. Now, I don't want to get political and start talking about like Trump versus Biden or Republicans versus Democrats, because I hate politics with a passion. And I don't want to get into religion either, because that's another black hole of endless discussion, opposing views and hate that I don't want to get into. But I do support human rights, okay? I support the LGBTQ community. I support the Black Lives Matter movement, obviously. I support the well-being of others and equality being given to every person who lives and breathes. And ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, Chris Pratt is not a threat to your safety or existence, okay? Maybe you don't like him because he doesn't have your views or opinions, or maybe he doesn't express your views or opinions, but I honestly feel that he is not problematic enough to be worthy of such a huge wave of hatred and cancellation when there are so many other problematic people and things and events that are occurring right now that need to be stopped. I'm not saying you can't criticize him, okay? I'm not saying you can't like him either. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want, all right? I'm not your dad. My overall opinion, though, is that I'd rather divert energy towards people and things that are presently affecting our everyday life instead of Chris Pratt just because he's trending. Anyway, that's all I have for this episode of Laid Omni. You've just been laid. Moral of the story, Star-Lord was the true villain of the Marvel Avengers movie, and I think Star-Lord is a big poopy head. Guys, like seriously, I was so mad when that event happened in the movie. Like, I mean, it's not really a spoiler at this point, because if you haven't seen Avengers, then you probably never will, or you're 2 years old and you can't read. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole situation in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the fiasco. What do you think of Chris Pratt? Do you think he needs to be canceled? Do you think it's being overreacted? Do you think it's all justified? Let me know what you guys think. I'm Audi500. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You know the whole, shebang bang, whatever. I've said it long enough that you guys pretty much know, but yeah. Drink your water. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for listening. Take it easy. Peace.